Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on set theory. Now with all the definitions and the rules and the set theoretical laws given to y'all, let us begin writing some important proofs for some important theorems. Okay, so here I take up a very crucial theorem for development of our understanding, the mathematical understanding and a logical way of writing the proof for the same. Okay, the following statements about sets A and B are equivalent to one another. The statement is A is a subset of B. The next one is A intersection B is A. The third one is A union B is B. Okay, now what does it mean to say that the statements are equivalent? Now this kind of statements appear very frequently in the mathematics. Those of you all are doing undergraduate course in mathematics or a postgraduate course, they are very well versed with these kind of versions of theorems and the statements. So it is one of those kind where the given statements, whichever way you try to take up them, you can prove them in either way round. Okay, so I mean to say over here, one implies 2, 2 implies 3, and the reverse is also possible. 3 implies 2, 2 implies 1. Okay, if you want to say 3 implies 1 directly, that is also possible. So you can take up any statement and you can prove any one that you like. Okay, so let me give you a simplest way of approaching the proof over here. We shall be approaching in this order to show that 1 implies 2, 2 implies 3 and 3 implies 1. So indirectly each of the statement means the other one, and they are all same. Equivalent means you can use, if I say A is a subset of B, I mean to say that A union B is same as B. Okay, so this all are meaning one and the same. Essentially that's the point of this theorem. So how do you go about proving this? Okay, so let us take up the task of writing the proof. So we shall first show that 1 implies 2. Now when I go for proving 1 implies 2, it means that I am assuming that A is a subset of B is given to me. Okay, 1 implies 2, it means that A is a subset of B is known to us. Now when we are trying to prove that A intersection B is subset of A, remember here we are trying to show that two sets are equal. Now by the definition that we had seen in our previous videos, that A is equal to set B, when we had shown that the definition of two equal sets, when two sets are equal, we had shown that we can the meaning was that the two sets are going to be subsets of each other, right? A is subset of B and B is subset of A. That was the definition. Basically what it meant is that LHS is subset of RHS and RHS is subset of LHS. That is what you, that is the time when you have this set theoretic thing to be proven, you have to prove in that way. That was the definition of two sets being equal. So here A intersection B is equals to set A. What do I have to prove is that I have to show A intersection B is subset of A and A is subset of A intersection B. Now remember here very important thing, that whenever such a case arises in front of you, either of the two approaches here, like in order to show A intersection B is subset of A, or you have to show A intersection A is a subset of A intersection B, one of the two is easier, okay, or evident. One is always easy, other one is slightly complicated to prove. So here what we see, that A intersection B is subset of A is very straightforward. So since A and B for all A and B we know that A intersection B is always subset of A. We just are left to prove that A is subset of A intersection B. Alright, now let us see how to prove A is a subset of A intersection B. Take an element X in set A. Okay, now we already know that A is subset of B, right? So by the logic that we know of set definition of subset, okay, what will happen, X will belong to set B now. Okay, now we showed that X is belonging to B, but X was already in the set A. Because of this logic we will have now X is in the intersection of set A and B, right? What did we start with? We started with X is an element in A. We then prove that X is an element in B. That means that X is an element of A intersection B. It is in A as well as in B, right? Now observe here, we already have reached the destination. X is an element of A. We have proven that X is now an element of A intersection B. It means that A is subset of A intersection B. Alright, so this is how you prove it. Now let us go for the second part to prove that the second statement implies the third statement. Let us see how. We are given over here that A intersection B is A, alright, and we have to prove that A union B is B. So assume for that A union B is, okay, that consider that A union B. Now you know that A can be written as A intersection B. That's what we had assumed, right? So I'll write that A as A intersection B. Now use the distributivity law over here. So this can be written further as A union B intersection B union B. Now B union B is B, right? So I write this as A union B intersection B. Alright. Now what does this mean? A union B intersection B is nothing but B, right? Because A union B is a larger set and B is a smaller set, so union and A union B intersection B is going to be B. Alright, so with the help of the laws of set theory that we have seen, so you got your claim A union B is B. Okay, so it appears very non-trivial, but yes, this is true. Once you refine the logic and you use the rules correctly, you are going to see something really wonderful getting proved, and a very rigorous way we are doing this. Okay, so let us go for the third part, and third part is very simple and straightforward, but very for some of us it will be an enlightenment moment, you know, it can how it happened. So okay, see here, 3 implies 1. A union B is B is given to us, and we are supposed to show that A is subset of B. Assume that A union B is B, right? That's given to us. So now we know that A is subset of A union B, right? We had done in our set theory laws, right? Laws of sets. We had seen this identity, right? So what does it mean? A union B is what? It's B. It is B, and I think we are supposed to prove that A is subset of B, and so we are done with the claim, right? A is subset of B now, over. So yeah, it's very simple in the argument, but it's a very strong argument to see if you try to understand the proof entirely. Please go through all these steps of proving. It's very non-trivial for some of you, I am very sure. You may not have seen such a kind of version of a theorem, but if you are seeing it for the first time, please go through the steps. Okay, now I leave two questions for you to prove it on your own. That is, prove that A is a subset of B and B is subset. If A is a subset of B and B is subset of C, then prove that A is subset of C. Okay, try to take an element X in A, you will get the answer. Okay, so it will belong to B, but that B is already in C, so that element is in C. So you started with A, then you landed up that element in C, so A is subset of C. That's very straightforward. And A is a subset of an empty set, then A is equal to the empty set. So try to do this on your own. It's very simple. It will help you to build your logical thinking, and your mathematical understanding will deepen with this. Okay, so for this video lecture, that's it from my side on set theory. For right now, we will see detailed proofs or other statements in our forthcoming video lectures. Till then, thank you very much for joining in. Keep solving good amount of mathematics.